What's up, Taurus? What's good? I hope whenever you're guided to this reading, you're feeling absolutely sensational. If y'all are new, welcome to our love nest. And if y'all are returning, welcome back. I have a message for a specific group of people. Star seeds, light workers, teachers. Like, you don't have to be in the cosmos. You don't have to be doing something similar to this, or just spiritual in any type of way. You could be a mentor, motivational speaker. You may be dealing with, like, I'm hearing delinquents. Okay. I'm also seeing someone that's trying to speak to a level of consciousness that is hard to convince them to do anything. It's hard to get them enthused about their own journey or overcoming certain obstacles or situations without having to bribe them, without having to, like, what's in it for me? There's this undertone of, people, a collective, not saying this is you, that acts out, or they lack the enthusiasm to pursue their own dreams, their own desires, their own creative expressions, without being given something in return. So from your perspective, towards whoever I'm connecting with, you need to learn these things. You need to learn life skills. You need to learn cooking skills. You need to learn how to build a house, how to work with your hands, even though they're not as important as far as the technology world and going towards evolution and where we're going with humanity. It's still important to understand that those things are relevant to humanity. It's not a relic. It's not an artifact. It's something that you want to always continue to pass down. So I feel like what you do is very difficult. What you're anchoring is very, excuse me, my eye itching. Ooh. What you're anchoring in the perspective. You're talking to people that are left out, or they feel left out. So it's hard to encourage them. It's hard to just be. All right. So I feel like a lot of what you do, you're not asking for anything in return. But there's a lot of people that I feel like that are insensitive to what you do. Like, they don't really understand what it is that you do. So something tends to break your heart. I feel like this may be people that you grew up with. It may be heartbreaking to see, the demise of young folks, or the demise of just people you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm hearing it like that. So we have the model here, and we have yin and yang and Pleiadian. Yeah, I was picking up on light seed energy, star seed. I said light seeds. So we have Pleiadians, unconditional love, excitement, laughter. You see all these. I always see what's behind her on the chair is like evil eyes. So you got a lot of eyes watching you. You have a lot of people, good and bad, trying to understand what it is that you are saying right now. Okay, you're talking a foreign language to a state of mind that may not be able to really understand that your good intentions and what it is that you're trying to do. That's what I'm seeing here. So I feel like you are already an introvert that's trying to come out of this closet. You're trying to come out of this isolation. It's not really isolation, because I feel like you do this in a self-imposed way, but you're trying to come out of, hiding behind the screens or hiding behind the curtains, and really put yourself out there and say, like, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is the light that I bring to the world. You know what I'm saying? This is the services that I provide. I'm good at what I do. I'm good at something. You have some type of foundation here. Some of y'all could be marriage counselors. You could be relationship advisors. Okay. I'm just seeing someone that is like, you really promote this unconditional love narrative, and you live by this. You're a representative of that, but it's like, this is your lifestyle. This is not like just for shits and giggles. I feel like you really mean what you say, and you haven't really received the recognition that you deserve, but you haven't given up hope. So I feel like you are always the one that has to renew this love for what it is that you do. Okay, you are always the one that has to give yourself that spiritual pep talk. You have to keep healing yourself after every psychic attack, after every negative experience. And then you're the main one challenging you to challenge yourself. You understand? So for that reason in itself, I feel like Spirit has a message for you. Okay? Spirit definitely has a message for you today. You deserve to live out loud free and not have to hide and not have to sugarcoat and not have to change who you are so other people feel comfortable. And if you are already out there and you want to go back and you want to retreat and you want to do it differently, you have a right to do that. I'm seeing here you're trying to fall in love with something all over again. And I feel like it's you. You're always showing up for other people. But in this space, you're pouring into your own cup. And I feel like right now, it's hard to know who you can really trust. So I feel like Spirit wants to give you some spiritual guidance in this area of your life. Yeah, we have happy family. Wasn't I picking up on family? You have 4-4 here. You could be 44, 23. Man, you're such a gentle heart, a gentle soul. I'm picking up on someone that is really misunderstood. You are misunderstood by the misguided. All right, I'm going to repeat that again. You are misunderstood by the misguided. I don't think any of these people would really reject you if they really weren't affected at a young age in their life. I don't think that you really tell a lot of people about what it is that you do because it's not popular demand. It's not something that's popular by demand. It could be very taboo as well for some of you. So I feel like you kind of just do it in your own world. You keep the two lives separate. But I do see that you help a lot of people, especially coming out of karmic relationships. I feel like this is your superpower or your super gift here. Right now, I feel as if a karmic partner, and I don't normally pick up on karmic energy, but you need to know this because I feel like a karmic family or a karmic tie is trying to get you back roped up with them. Okay? So let's say you go on this, you take a stance, you're coming out of this karmic family bloodline, okay? So maybe you grew up in a karmic home, okay? Majority of you that watch this channel, yeah, you have karmic families and things like that, right? You learn a lot of lessons through them. They helped you tap into that unconditional love, that universal love, right? You could be turning 39. I'm also seeing 39. You may have lost like your divine counterpart to a karmic partner, and they may be constantly going on like a roundabout together. Now, if you are the person that got out of a karmic relationship and you tapped into this your self-love journey, it can feel very lonely right now because you're unable to really anchor that relationship with your divine counterpart because of a karmic relationship constantly trying to pull you both away from each other. I am seeing that as a confirmation for someone. What I'm seeing here is you're going to have an opportunity to seize, it's like a door, a window of opportunity for you to take back something that was taken from you. And I feel like it's coming a lot sooner than you expect. Okay? And I feel like the universe is aligning this specifically for a divine counterpart here. There feels like a divine union. That's what I'm picking up on. Especially if one of you never got to have that family, you never got to have that perfect picture, you never got to create the life you wanted to create because a karmic came in between the both of you. I feel like that time that was taken from you is being given back to you. 444. There's perfect alignment coming up. It's lucky energy that I'm sensing here. Yeah, look at that. 4 of Swords. Finally being able to be with someone that accepts you exactly for who you are. You share a karmic bond with someone. I don't know how to explain it to you. I'm going to do my best. Like, a period of your journeys is karmic. Whereas both of you would go down 2 different paths and go through relationships with people external to the both of you, just for it to bring you right back together. That's why I'm saying that a period of your journey was karmic. Let's see. Spirit, can you clarify what is happy family in reverse about? Ace of Swords in reverse. Does something feel out of your control? Like you can't make something better. You can't fix something. That's what I'm picking up here. It's like there's something about this dynamic where you can't make a person choose this, right? You can't make a person choose this door. You can't make a person see it for what it is. It's completely out of your control, right? Not even loving that person or choosing to chase that person or go after what it is that you desire with a person is going to fix what has already been done. So there's something about this journey that you share with someone where a person is kind of stuck in time and they're unable to see the opportunity right before them because there's a part of your journey where they're unable to accept that you dated someone else or you have a period of your life with another person, because we have karmic here. So someone here is struggling with the reality that another person has a karmic partner attached to them. Like they don't want that. They wish that never happened. They wish that that never was a part of the story. But in order for you guys to be together, this is where the karmic lesson comes in, because this is an act of unconditional love. If you truly love someone, even if they were with a karmic and the universe provided you an opportunity for you guys to be together, would you have that much resentment to the point where you no longer want the person either? You still want the person, but you don't want what comes with the person. And that is, showing the truth that you really don't unconditionally love this person. You love the idea of that person. And this could be you, Taurus, or this could be your divine counterpart. Okay. You love the idea of that relationship or that connection being your one true love. But if the shoe was on the other foot, one of you guys, whoever is the one in this situation where they had to go a period of time without having their whole perfect picture, there's some apathy here. There's shame here. There's resentment here. Because somebody is looking at the other person like, you should have known better. You should have made a better choice. But if you unconditionally love that person, is that really a roadblock, or is that conditions on how you love? That's what I'm seeing here. Someone's unable to move on, and they're unable to go back. It's like, I can't move on from this situation, and I can't go back to this situation. I'm stuck in time. And so I go through this period or this motion every single year. Every time I think of this person, it's like, this was supposed to be my one true love. This is person supposed to be together and grow old together. But at the same time, that person is either already spoken for, or that person has something to do with a karmic. Clarify this. I feel like this is the karmic lesson. Clarify the karmic. The Four of Swords. Ooh. Someone here is struggling with the idea of this coming together because they feel as if I deny you, or we're not able to be together, all the karmic has to do is try to get back with you, and then you would become sick and tired of the separation, and you would go back to a karmic. So I feel like there's periods of time where this is so hard to explain. Okay, there are periods of time, cycles, right? So like, let's say 6 months straight, a karmic relationship goes well together. And then the other 6 months, the karmic relationship is not well together. Well, when the karmic relationship is released out of its cycle of learning, the universe opens an opportunity for these divine counterparts to come together, right? When they don't seize the opportunity between those 6 months period, they return back to their karmic lessons to repeat that same lesson of unconditional love. Let's dive into unconditional love. So the karmic really has no hold of the relationship. It's the inability to forgive your divine counterpart and the experiences you had to learn with your karmic that prevents these divine counterparts from coming together in union. It has absolutely nothing to do with the karmics having a major hold. It's the inability to forgive the time apart, no matter how long that time was, in order to have a new beginning. But every time this cycle ends and this door opens for these divine unions, the ball is dropped. Okay. Spirit, take me into unconditional love. What exactly is the journey with this unconditional love? Patience. Being completely in the experience. So it's very difficult for divine unions to feel the emotional expression of joy and happiness being experienced with another person outside of that union. One of them starts to long for the other person, but the message that they get through that cord that connects them through that heart chakra is that they're not coming. And when that person receives that message in their heart, like, I feel like that person's not coming. I feel like they worked it out with that karmic. I feel like they're getting together. They're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into that karmic cycle together. And I'm unable to stop that. And I have to endure that. And I have to be patient and wait for them to go through their lessons together. In that waiting period, it turns into longing. And then the longing turns into disbelief. And then the disbelief turns into dissatisfaction and apathy. Then held towards your divine counterpart. Because you have absolutely no control of how long this period lasts. It could be 3 months, 3 years. They could be going steady. There's no relationship issues. And then you're on the other end, always there to pick up the phone or the call when that cycle hits that roadblock that says, okay, your time is up now and it's time for you to go with your divine union. You feel like you get the tail end of it. Like, you're the person that they go to when shit falls apart. And from your perspective, when the shit falls apart, it's like, well, am I just getting the sloppy seconds? Am I just getting a person, like, if they really knew my worth, they would see that that relationship with the karmic is not for them, and they would stop going back to it. So one of you is learning patience. Why does the other person continue to go back to the karmic spirit? Can you clarify that? Ooh. The reason why, if it's a masculine, the reason why they go back to the karmic is so that the masculine can be told by the other feminine all the things that they dislike about them. So they go on this journey with this feminine energy, and she tells them how horrible they are. She tells them how cold and detached they are. She tells them how, she reminds them of how she was willing to, the feminine, right? I'm just going to say she, take it how it resonates, is willing to accept just about anything to be with that person, and they don't know how to treat her. So he makes the karmic extremely cold and bitter, right? And in the process of becoming cold and bitter, the karmic now obsesses over staying in the relationship to assure that that person never gets to be with their divine union and their true love, because now she's aware that the only thing preventing him from completely opening his heart to her is the truth or the reality that he can't, because his heart belongs to someone else. That's a hard pill for the karmic to swallow. From the perspective of a masculine karmic, he resents everything that she stands for. She's unable to, the feminine from this divine union is unable to accept less than. She's unable to receive less than she deserves, because she's aware that she has a divine counterpart that would never cheat on her, that would never do certain things, that would never betray her, that loves her wholeheartedly. And so her patience and her tolerance for the karmic is obsolete, non-existent. And he becomes aware, the masculine karmic becomes aware that he'll never be able to experience the softer side of her, the more patient side of her, the more loving side of her, because she is always comparing him to the one, her one true love. So in this dynamic, there's this back and forth of seasons and cycles of being one that teaches you something, and one that propels you like a catalyst, and one that reminds you of your own self-worth and your own purpose. I feel as if what's holding this connection back is the resentment. What brings the karmics back together with these divine unions, I believe here that closure, seeing something to fruition. There's a lesson here. All right. Not abandoning what you start. There's something about not abandoning your responsibility. The feminine divine union, the feminine partner is willing to risk it all. They will abandon everything. Okay. So the feminine, high vibrational, whatever you want to call it, let's call it divine union. She's willing to abandon her relationship, the karmic, the responsibilities to the karmic, and all those things for true love. She's willing to let it all go for that one relationship. But no matter how many times she's willing to let the entire relationship go, her divine counterpart is unable to receive her because she has abandoned her position. And that becomes a reminder of the karmic's behavior, because the karmic's behavior is always saying, I'll leave you, I'll leave you, I'll leave you. So every time this divine feminine is willing to abandon her everything that she built, she mirrors the karmic energy. And to the masculine, the divine masculine, he perceives her no better or no less than the situation he's already in. And thus, it confirms for him that he needs to stay with the karmic. Because if you would walk out and you don't have any type of staying power, and this person is already telling me that, then both of you guys are just alike. You get what I'm saying? So that's one example. And there's plenty patterns that we can observe. But this one pattern of unconditional love is it's doing the opposite of what you want to do and doing what is honorable, respectable, and responsible. That is the respect of the divine masculine energy. So in this dynamic, as much as the divine masculine wants to follow his heart and not his material world, his capacity to love unconditionally will not allow him to abandon the person that they created conditions with. Because he believes that if he is to abandon one because the conditions were not optimal, then he would be no different in the next relationship. He would abandon that one too when things were no longer optimal. So he's observing the entire dynamic as a rite of passage, as a act of good character. And then he's observing the way in which the divine feminine treats her karmic. I see what you did to the karmic. You were willing to, even if they left her, it didn't matter. What he loves about the divine feminine is her capacity to love someone even though she doesn't want them in her heart. Her capacity to still show up for her commitment to whatever they create together. That's what makes her attractive. That's what makes her desirable. It has absolutely nothing to do with immediate gratification, right? So let's flip the roles for a second. When it comes to the masculine karmic and the divine feminine, because the journey is a little bit different. The masculine karmic has done something that's pretty much unforgivable to the divine feminine. Things that the divine feminine would consider to be unforgivable. So it's already not fair, right? In so many ways, I feel as if for some of you guys, it's like the masculine won't leave the divine feminine alone. Okay. And I know that's going to be going for both ways. So when I say that they won't leave them alone, it's like, it's a different type of dynamic, right? Because I feel as if it's like, I'm going to stay so present in your life, but I'm going to make you feel alone, even in your own home. It's intentional. And it's a way, because it's like the divine feminine does have an objective of maintaining something but being alone, right? So it's like, I'm going to hold on to your energy, and I'm going to make the journey difficult with me, but we could be completely single, separate, not even together. Be surrounded by so much stuff, but I'm going to treat you. It's going to be barren. It's something about leaving the divine feminine barren, even if she's surrounded by so many things, right? You have a good home, you have great things going for you, but you're unable to have love in that home, right? Because that masculine karmic understands that no matter how much you acquire in life, no matter how much you build yourself up to be a wonderful divine feminine energy, understanding other masculine energies, no matter how divine they are, they're not going to want to deal with me. Okay? And it has nothing to do with you. It's not even personal to you, divine feminines. It's an indirect conversation that the representative of your house, which is not even in your house, is having on your behalf, claiming property, because you have to understand masculine energy rules the material world. So no matter how much you understand your value and you are not lacking for anything in the material world, to a masculine energy, you were not able to maintain a home, which is where every masculine energy places their heart or their love. So the deconstruction of your family values, your home, your structures to a consciousness level, right? They're unable to perceive how someone can, leave that no matter what he did. Even if you say, oh, he cheated on me, he did this, he did that. It doesn't matter to divine masculine. I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter to masculine energy why you left. It just matters that you didn't finish. Okay? You didn't see it through, for better or for worse. There's no representation of that. It's either you have two options. One, you've never started this 10 of Pentacles to begin with. Or two, the 10 of Pentacles was split. And once the 10 of Pentacles is split, it's like you gave up, right? So there's a break in the DNA. There's a break in the information. It's not computing. So the more you are exalted, okay, like a star, for example, the more you are exalted by the cosmos, by the universe, in your position, in your solitude. And I'm not saying this is fair, but this is just understanding how chemistry works together, okay? The more you are focused on yourself and you are not seeking something, there's a period of a clean slate that happens. I'm telling you, there's a period. This is what they're showing me. There's a period where a clean slate happens. And for some of you, it's going to happen in your prime. I'm talking about, it may start, depending on how young you are when you go through this transition, it may start around 23, may peak again around 39, and then you may start to trickle towards 55, okay? 40s and your 55s. But there's going to be periods of clean slates that happen, but it's only relevant based off of how you utilize that time. So much happens. So many ripple effects happen during the period of waiting. So when you start to feel like I don't want to wait anymore, you create a resistance versus a flow. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. When you are unable to be at peace with the resistance, you're going to create a ripple effect that sends a wave or a message back to your divine counterpart that pretty much says it's not the right time. And then that continues to happen. There's a cosmic flow. There's a cosmic dance that is happening. If I could think of the best description I had was the waves and how they, you want to go when you're going against the current. You're already going against it by splitting the 10 of Pentacles. And then adding the layer of consciousness on top of that. So that part is already happening. Okay. So when spirit sends you on a journey of, okay, let's start healing this break. We did some damage to our DNA. Let's go on a journey and let's start healing fragments, okay, of ourselves, which brings you to where you are now. But in order to heal fragments of those yourself, you have to go where it's uncomfortable, right? So now you're surrounded by family members you don't really deal with. Now you're healing and you're having conversations with people that you don't really like. And now you're healing your children. They're asking questions and you're comforting them. You can't just rely off the masculine energy. Now you're feeling the feminine energy, the emotional memories, the water. So a cleansing has to happen. And in this space, as uncomfortable as it is, when those hard topics come up, spirit wants to communicate on your behalf. Like, let me speak for you. This may be a hard topic for you, but if you step out of the way for a moment, God would speak through you. God would use you to bring clarity and truth. You'll be able to express yourself with people that you haven't been able to communicate with in a long time. So a karmic's going to come back into your life to delay this process. They're going to tell you, they're going to give you a way out. You don't need your family. You just need me, right? Let's go off and create our own family. Forever keeping you fragmented away from the healing process that comes from, going back to your hometown and going back, finding your way back and going through those memories and having those tough conversations with people that have slighted you and being able to heal and repair those things. Eventually, you start to see how you were never really alone, because in the place of one person, spirit shows you how your light has the ability to restore anything that has been fragmented or decompartmentalized into negative experiences. You have this ability to restore that which was broken, even if you are unable to restore it in your own particular karmic relationship. Once that relationship has done what it was supposed to do and you find yourself out of it, there's a lot of work thereafter. And I feel like that's there's some relationships, and mind you, I'm not just talking about the relationships on your maternal side or paternal side. I'm talking about now you got to go with your kids over to the paternal side and you got to help them find their way back, because now you have split yourself into however many children you have. They are a expression of your creation. And even if you are unable to have that, perfect picture yet, you are well on your way. But it comes from opening up to family, your children, and your extended family. Now, that's not going to resonate for everybody, but I'm talking about those of you that have this light. You are covered. Certain things you need to get off your chest, and you need to speak. And it's because this was always meant to be the moment on your journey where you're able to say, hey, that really hurt my feelings. And I really was affected by this, or I really was affected by that. And you go through therapy and you go through healing And the therapist gives you that emotional support, that physical support. So all of it's relevant. The therapist, the readings, the conversations, the hard topics, and then extending that same grace and through empathy with little people that then have their own questions and so forth. In that period of time, you're going to feel this urge around a certain time of year. Okay. Certain times of year where you're going to be like, this is hard. I want to go back to something familiar. I'm tired of this is very difficult. And you're going to find yourself being conflicted and almost compelled to get back into that karmic cycle with someone. This is going to happen during seasons of retrograde, but it also shows up during major holidays, and it also shows up during birthdays or particular memories. Anytime you're coming out of isolation where you have no one else to interact with, nobody but yourself, you're going to feel this gravitational pull that wants to pull you back towards a familiar habit, a familiar, relationship that was unhealthy, is unhealthy for this phase in your journey. It may have been healthy for you as far as preparation, catalyst energy, but it's no longer healthy for you, right? And it's extremely frustrating to know that even though you are doing everything on your own and you are still choosing to maintain that role model representation of being unconditional love and a light worker, that someone, the likes of a karmic of any sort, would still attempt to use this as an opportunity to deny you what is rightfully yours. And that is healing. And that is healthy relationships, not only with yourself, with anyone else and your family. They're going to stir the pot. They're going to be messy. Arrogant, if you will. King of Wands. Yeah. Because their entire objective around letting you go out there and figure it out for yourself, divine feminines, the karmic's only intention was to prove to you that you can't recreate this without me. Was to prove to you that you won't be able to heal this fragment without me. Because when they got with you to begin with, that was their intention. They saw the light in you. They saw the balance in you. But this is the karmic's connection is a connection of depletion and completion. So what does any parasite do? It works to preserve its life. It needs a source. You get what I'm saying? It needs it. So it's going to work to make your relationships difficult. It's going to work to ward off anyone that's trying to starve it. You are starving a very manipulative, malicious person, energy, entity. Like any necessary evil, this is your victory. This is where your victory lies. It comes from going on a journey of placing your focus on healing and restoring the fragments that were split along your journey, and trusting that the universe, if reward was an objective, that would be considered settling. What this is going to do is this is going to sever all times across all timelines and in every dimension. So not only in this life will this parasite no longer be able to be this blood-sucking leech, it also will sever that tie in every expression of your existence that is simultaneously happening at this time, and that will continue to happen from your source of light. You are a source. You're like a battery, okay? It's not going to be in your material realm where your connection for your divine counterpart is going to come from. It's going to come from like your ability to, it's in your trust, your ability to trust, even though the circumstances, all the warning signs, all the circumstances, all the voices is telling you to run away. It's telling you to run away. It's telling you to chase material. And remember, anything masculine, chase material. And I'm not just talking about money, but chase stability, chase material. Don't ever get comfortable. But really, it's in the acceptance that comfort is the illusion, that everything material is the illusion, but it is also a necessity. It's a very uncomfortable place to sit in, right? Especially when it's like I'm either one or the other. You're learning how to be in the middle. The high priestess sits in between both realms, the masculine and the feminine, the spiritual and the physical. So you're learning how to rest in the middle. And that's where your higher self continues to be your guiding source. Where no matter what messages come through, no matter what spirits come through, no matter what entities come through, it no longer dictates how you respond. You are in control of your triggers. Therefore, nothing outside of you will be able to align, right? The only way to align to something is to be able to sync with it. When you get triggered, you're pretty much allowing something to latch on to you. So when you're able to allow that emotion to come in, to feel it, the good and the bad, and to spend time with yourself to process that emotion, only dipping your foot into it, but then turning the apple and allowing what? You used to be able to do that, but something triggered you. What triggered you? I think it may have been a conversation, an argument, a disappointment, a message, maybe not hearing something you wanted to hear. Spirit, what caused this energy here? It may have been someone you weren't able to convince. Maybe you had a conversation with somebody. Yeah. You got confirmation about some type of delay here. Yeah, it was very disappointing. I feel like some type of tower moment happened, and you got, either this could have been something happening. There was some type of realization, rejection. You may be wanting to like charge ahead and do something yourself. You may feel this urge to do it, but I feel as if you are meant to do it, but something is trying to tell you not to do it. Like you're going to be disappointed. Don't do that. You're going to be disappointed again. But if your higher self gave you the idea to do it, why would you deny yourself that rite of passage? The only thing that would want you to deny it is your expectation. Especially if you've been disappointed before. But it's like your higher self is saying, why would you bring that disappointment from the past into this current situation and talk yourself out of something that you desire? How can you really say you're over the past and you do want this if you're not willing to take inspired action? Does that mean that you want to go back to that karmic relationship and learn all over again? Or are you truly ready to ascend? This is about your ascension. Because trust me, that karmic partner is waiting absolutely like nobody's business. Patiently too. There's an expectation from this karmic partner. When you get tired, you know where to find me. You know where to come. You know where to go. When you get tired, yep. Ooh, this karmic is different. Y'all, it's different. They from a different world. So where is this karmic from? Because let me tell you something. Where is this karmic from, honey? Spirit, where is this karmic from? The unseen. Oh, shit. The destroyer. Wow. And then we have, I want to say the Nadas, the unseen. They're from I heard netherworld. The Nados. I think the karmics are a program, a parasite. So when you play Sims and everyone's walking and they're not a part of your active players, and you go to I want to say the bodega. You go to the shops, right? And you meet someone and you're like, oh, that's cute. That's cute over there. And you're looking at that sim and you're like, damn, I didn't think about making that character like that. I like what I see. Let me go over there and talk to them. So you talk to them, but you can't control them. You can't, make them, when they gotta pee, they gonna stop talking to you to go pee. When they gotta eat, they gonna stop talking to you to go eat. So it's a very small amount of time that you guys really get to spend with each other. But you start to notice that you start to play around with the conversation, and then a part of playing around with the conversation, you start to see how you're able to persuade. Okay. They just show up at your house. So now you're aware as the player on Sims. You're aware that they come to your house unannounced and they say hi, and they come and they're very persistent over time. If you spend a couple of months of time, look at me telling y'all all my business. Well, my past business. Anyway, if you spend a lot of time talking to them, going out on dates and doing different things, activities, they'll start to come over more often. And the next thing you know, the motherfuckers is walking through your door and they're not asking or knocking. They're like, Chipio, arrivederci, ciao, bella. They just walk right in your motherfucking house and they open in your fridge. But it took time to get to that point of comfortability, right? But you never had to ask them to do it. They just do it. It's just they're not blocked by this apprehension. Now, if you go over to their house, they'll be like, you bet not come to my house. If you try that shit and you just open their door and you click walk in, they'll be like, you don't live here. I don't know you. You have to have a certain bar, if I'm not mistaken, on your friendship bar. Especially if you keep it strictly platonic and you don't start flirting and you use none of the flirting options. I promise you, if that person has a flirting trait, they're going to flirt with you. It don't matter. It's just in them. It's just programmed that way. And then you get to decide how you want to respond. But for the most part, they'll keep trying. They'll keep flirting. And it's not personal to you. It's their trait. Now, for those of you that are my engineers, my scientists, my mathematicians, my lab projects, When you become friends with them, you have this little option that comes up and says, ask to move in. Now, this is where the shit gets fun. When you ask a non-active player to move in with you, you get to see all their traits. You get to see everything from their back door. You get to see, all their quirks, the good, the bad, the ugly. And then you get to force them, right? So now they still naturally go off that non-player thing. But when you notice that they have these weaknesses, you can, instead of letting them like some people have like this cleaning trait, and like no matter what you do, if they see a mess, they're going to be cleaning it up. It's beneficial if you see someone that has that type of trait, right? Because now you don't have to tell nobody to clean up. But before, you ain't picked none of those traits. You picked all the ones that you wanted. So now you get to you don't got to tell that person to clean up. Especially if you get the maid to move in with you. Life is fucking great. Outside of that, if you just randomly meet someone out there, you don't know what traits they have, but those traits dictate how they will act even when you live with them motherfuckers. And that's just how the life works the same way. That's true. Yes. For the person that thought that question, that's too much. That's too much. Who thinks about that? You will be very fucking surprised who thinks about that. If you have an interest in seeing how well things work together, if you like mixing soda and baking powder, if you like to cook, if you like to see what you can come up with, if you have a curious mind, 9 times out of 10, you're going to run into a lot of karmics. You know why? Because you can see the potential of their chemistry. You just don't know exactly what's behind their back door until they live with you. And then you see all their traits. Now you've studied them. And they can and it's the most funniest part is the way they talk back. It's like, if you ever notice that a sim, if you tell them not to clean something, like you see, like let's say a sim has a cleaning trait and you click like to have them do something else, they will get frustrated that you stop them from doing what they feel programmed to do. But notice that your sim that you have conditioned over time to play a certain way with the traits you do like has less resistance to doing whatever you ask them to do. If anything, it's only when you start playing with other people, other sims, and you build your household. So, man, I had to be a man in my past life because, yeah. And it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. You understand? It's seeing a person exactly for who they are and letting them be who they are is a good thing. We need more of that. And I feel like if a person enjoys cleaning up, let them clean up. You know what I'm saying? If a person enjoys reading, let them read. If they have these traits and they are programmed that way, the only time you disturb a sim or a non-active player is when you bring them into an environment and you try to control them and to make them do things that they really don't want to do. So however you meet them, let them be. You're going to have to love them unconditionally where they at. Same concept right here in this relationship. Because to try to undo the program, you'll get yourself caught up in a web. Because it's designed that way. It's designed that way to protect its program. And I feel as if you cannot change the karmic. You cannot make up their mind until the program decides that they have reached a certain level of development. Because there's a period of time where the more you let those karmics do what they love doing, the more you let the non-active players do what they love doing, you know what happens? You look inside of their vaults and they have acquired enough life points where they can change traits. Now we have a wake-up process. You can change the traits, but you have to have played the game long enough, gone through the everyday waking up, doing what you love to get enough life points to say I'm ready to change. I feel like what's happening here, we have someone that's awake and they're aware of the game. They're aware of the matrix. They're aware that they're playing Sims and they want to express full control, full range. Like, this is my world. I'm ready to do it. Let's get it. I know who I want. I know who I want to build this Ten of Pentacles with. I know what I want to build, but I can't control these people because these are some stubborn, non-active players. But I feel as if when two divine counterparts come across, it's like two sim players that are the actual control that's holding the mouse in their hand has met each other. So this is like, what if Sims turned their virtual video game to like, you can pull up at your partner's house. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, but it still had the same, like, you could blend households on a sim level. Like, that should be so. Sims, if you're watching this is my idea. And if you take it, you are just stealing my innovative idea, okay? But, I mean, like, your friend down the street also plays Sims, and their virtual access to their computer in their game and their login. And I'm not talking about, like, because I think Sims do that thing where you can put, it's like a virtual community, but it ain't really hitting on nothing. I'm talking about, like, dude, that's your house. It's like Roblox, but on steroids for Sims. Like, they need to get it together. Anyway, I haven't played Sims in so long, but I could definitely, like, I have played that game in and out, in and out, in and out. And one thing's for sure is, this is probably why I had to play it so long. When I was in college, I spent years playing that game. This is literally what I see here. Someone that was unseen as a non-active player becomes an active player. And one thing about a non-active player, if you move one of them bitches into your house and you don't, and they don't have enough life points to change their mind, don't ever fucking cheat on them. Yes, I definitely did that. I tried all scenarios. I never liked being the woman though. I always liked being the man. It was far more interesting. Cause like, damn, that's horrible. But for the most part, yeah. It was just something very gratifying about just seeing what it was capable of doing. Just seeing what the fucking gang was capable of doing. And that is kind of like one of them. If you mess up, it is hard to get the motherfuckers to forgive you. That is for sure. For sure. It is hard as hell. Those non-active players, once you move them bitches in, before you cheat, move them out into their own house. Put them somewhere else. Then do what you have to do. There's rules to this shit. Because it is hard. You could do a bunch of nice things. Oh, and it's the worst when they don't live with you. Because they get mad. And every time they see you, they want to fight. That's it. You know how many people have died on my Sims game? Anyway, let's see who you are. The Taurus that I'm picking up on. Spirit. The one. I be damn. You the one. Y'all are Neo and Trinities out here. Okay? You the flame. You light the fire. You make the game interesting. You be waking people up in the Matrix. Okay? You bring the truth. So the day you stop wanting to see that, you stop wanting to the day you stop speaking And the day you stop giving a fuck is when you meet Smeagol. You know who Smeagol is? Smeagol is the character that became so obsessed with the ring that he withered away and became Smeagol. He was originally, I think, a hobbit or something. And it's like, damn, what happened to you, Habito? Alberto? And his ass is like, my precious. He's tripping. He's tripping. But he's loyal as fuck to that ring. It doesn't matter. Till so much to the point where he was like, don't worry. Don't worry, Frodo Baggins. I'll show you the way. Because he just got to stay close to the motherfucking ring. Oh, shit. I feel like, and along the way, you're going to meet you some Smeagol's. You have you a best friend. Point him out. Point your best friend out. Who your best friend is. You remember his little hobbit friend that went on a journey with him that was peeping through the window? That's your best friend. I don't know who that is in your life, but that's the person that's going to go on this lonely ass journey with you. All the way to the end. Y'all besties. But you have a Smeagol. And I feel like the Smeagol going to show you the way. Going to get you to a certain point. You're going to have certain totems come into your life to help you through this dark period. Yes, you're going to always be hunted. But the hunted becomes the hunter. You persevere over this mountain. And and that's what makes you a warrior. Okay? Because I feel like you are taking non-active players. You're making them aware. You're putting them in fucking houses. You are upgrading fucking them. You're giving them new traits. You're unwriting the fucking original traits. And you're letting them become aware of their points. All right? And you're actively building a 10 of Pentacles family tree. Very, very simple paradigm, but it does take the ones to actually get on that game and play the game. Jumanji. So let's get your partner's energy, your divine counterpart. Anima Mundi. Anima Mundi. Anima Mundi. What the hell? I don't know what that is. And then we have the Siren. Oh, wow. So we have the Siren, Anima Mundi. Someone maybe have like a really good voice or a really strong singer. I'm seeing Siren here. Yeah, you may be like Ariel energy. And then someone's like Neo energy. There's something that's meant to happen. There's a spark. Y'all are magical beings here. Y'all, yeah, you have the gym. I feel like there's something about pressure. You and your divine counterpart are like diamonds. Diamonds are forever. Yeah, y'all are like diamonds. Yeah, because you see here, I saw like this symbol of the diamond. You build pyramids. You create programs. You decode. I feel like you activate and you open, especially if you're singers, speakers, sirens, you have this ability to open up. I don't know why I heard mudra. Okay, so you may be able to symbols, writings on the walls. Flame here is also making me feel like with great fire. You know how fire melts away rock, like hard. Yeah, whatever process that it takes to refine diamonds is significant here. Silver and gold, y'all are the minerals. Y'all are from, it's like y'all from the cosmos, but y'all are like the cosmic juice, you know, that makes matter. Y'all are, yeah, that which creates matter. You guys created the vessel, literally. You guys may have even, you and this divine counterpart, y'all are the originals. Take that how that resonates. The original source, spark. Y'all are the ones tapping on the damn. Hello, this is your Sims master. This is your. Y'all be fussing at the computer. No, don't do that. Go the other way. What are you doing? Eternal child. Y'all be in the spiritual realm. Like, waking up may be the hardest part of your day. Because I feel like when y'all go over there in the spiritual realm and you leave your body and you're just in the ethers, you're like, wee! And then coming, waking up and being like, this is such a dense bitch. What the fuck? I feel like, but y'all come here like avatars to experience your own creation. How you like it down? How you like that? And then you realize that your creation doesn't even recognize you. And next thing you know, you're looking like Village of the Damned. You're like, oh, how dare you? Don't you know what I had to do? Don't you know the trouble I had to go through so you could have all of this? Oh, yes. I love it here. We should do this more often. I don't know why I haven't picked up on this energy in a minute, but I love it here. Y'all are so hilarious. Oh my God. I would love, this energy is amazing. I just feel like, you needed to know this. You needed to know this because you have a choice coming up very soon. You and your divine counterpart. Yep. I feel like you and your divine counterpart are coming out of this this Six of Cups energy. Y'all are coming out of like having to constantly talk, tell people what to do. I feel like you're realizing that you're talking to a brick wall, and whether it's a representative of one person or multiple people, you're just not trying to change people anymore. And I feel like that's the most important part, is like, you know what? Wait till you get your life points. You know what I'm saying? Wait till you get your life points. Wait until I'm not coming up against this cognitive dissonance no more. It is just too much. I feel like you're going to allow people to come to you. You're no longer just dropping things, off on the world. You're no longer just extending yourself in the same way, and it's going to change everything for you. You're going to be able to really enjoy your life, and I feel like that frequency is really going to bring in I feel like you're going to allow people to learn things that they need to learn the hard way. You're no longer going to change people, but you needed to go on this journey to complete this. So don't look too hard into a situation, even if someone doesn't see. I feel like you needed to go through this experience prior to something else. I don't feel like this is your final stop. I feel like this is you're like one more pentacle away. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like this was a completion because you had something in your energy and you needed to destroy it or shine light on it, so you can see who is trying to live rent free in your subconscious mind. what you had to observe. You had to go in one more last time, one more quick moment, and observe the haters. And you looked at the situation and you're like, I'm not triggered by this. You know, I see you looking at a situation like, such is life. I'm not triggered. Been there, done that. Good for them. I feel like there's a situation where someone may try to make you feel jealous in some capacity. You got a couple people trying to do a couple of different things. But ultimately, I feel like you're waiting for the one. Okay? You know the one is, y'all are, wow. The Ace of Cups, the Emperor, the Ten of Cups. I feel like you had to, the season of kissing a couple frogs to get to your divine counterpart is over. It's over. And now you can finally live in bliss because you're no longer bound by certain perspectives of those traits that were passed down, those parasites that were latched on. You know, you're no longer in agreement. You're breaking chains. So kudos for you, Taurus, whoever you guys are that resonates with this reading. I don't know. I feel like getting some tea leaf messages. In closing, Spirit, what message do you have for Taurus? Guaranteed success. Wow. You know, I'm going to leave it there. Guaranteed success. You are a star. Such a beautiful message. Out of all these cards, that came out. I love you, Spirit. Thank you, Taurus, for all of your time, your love, your support, and your continued willingness and openness to allow me to connect with your energy. I love you guys. Until next time. Bye.